Mercedes Varnado, also known as Mercedes Mone or Sasha Banks, as many people would know her, could potentially be on her way to AEW, but also could be potentially on her way to a lot of other places. Now, I want to have a discussion. I want to talk about what this could mean for the industry, and where she lands could be huge and why it could be huge for each company. So I want to talk about it in today's video, and I'm going to kind of go a little bit more in depth about this topic. I understand that right now it is a hot topic with Mercedes. She is an outstanding professional wrestler, and she will be just one of the best wherever she goes. And there are three potential landing spots. Obviously, number one, right now it is being rumored that she ends up over in AEW with Tony Khan. There's also potential of her possibly landing in the WWE back with Triple H, especially with the idea of her friend Trinity Fatu, also known as Naomi, going back to the WWE. And then a third potential landing spot, and one that many people, many people are not fully behind, is TNA. So what we're going to do in today's video is I'm going to dive in and talk about how each company could benefit from having Mercedes in their company. And number one, I guess let's start with the WWE, right? I think that's fair. This is where she originally was. This is where Sasha comes from. This is where she wrestled at to begin with in the first place. Now, Sasha, back in, I want to say 2022, decided that she was going to up and leave the WWE after some mishaps, maybe a booking. I can't 100% remember the reason, and I'm not the person who's going to sit there and say exactly what the reason was when I'm not 100% sure and can't recall right at this moment. But her and Trinity, Naomi, actually ended up leaving the company together. At the time, they were the women's tag team champions. And if you guys remember, at the time, the women's tag team division was being booked horribly, and I think that's fair to say. Now, obviously, since 2022, things have changed. A lot of things have changed, one being that Vince McMahon is no longer in charge of creative over in the WWE, and Triple H has fully taken the reins there. Now, her going back to the WWE could be a huge thing, and it could be great for the company. Why? Well, this is her home. She fits there. She knows the people there, and there are also great matches that you can put together right now. One that comes off the top of my mind, Rhea Ripley. The women's division in the WWE is actually one of the strongest I've ever seen. If I'm being humbly honest, I think there's a lot of potential moving into this realm, right? So to see Mercedes back inside the WWE ring would obviously be absolutely amazing. Her friend Bayley is still there with the company, and then Trinity, there's rumors that she is going to land back with the company. So there's always that, and, just seeing Sasha outside of a WWE ring, I can't lie, personally, well, it did feel a little weird. It didn't feel... I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain, but she definitely feels WWE, if that makes any sense. And then seeing her outside of it was very different. But seeing her in New Japan and what she did over there was absolutely outstanding. I'm not taking away from that whatsoever. But following up with that, the next company would be TNA. And the reason why TNA would be very good for Sasha is, well, she would be the face of the company. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Sasha would be the face of that company, and having a woman as the face of any company could be huge right now. Sasha could legitimately lead a charge. TNA recently has promoted that they are going to be signing the biggest signing on the market. Now, there's only one person that does come to mind when they say that, and that is Mercedes Varnado. I can't picture a world where TNA has rebranded themselves, and they are coming out and they are saying that this is going to be our biggest pay-per-view yet, and then to not have Sasha is crazy. They talked about two worlds colliding. Obviously, the WWE and TNA could possibly be colliding. There's always that chance. So seeing her in TNA would be great. They have a great women's division over there. It's actually one of the best booked I think I've ever seen. You guys can go over to Ango's channel. We actually talk about it over there on the live stream. about how good and how in-depth that women's division actually is and how strongly booked it is. So seeing Mercedes actually land over there would be outstanding. I think she would fit very well in TNA, especially with the rebrand. You know, they're kind of going more of the WWE style with the premium live events and stuff like that. I definitely see how potentially she could land there, and it could make a lot of sense. But last, and certainly not least, would be AEW, right? AEW is the potential landing spot for Mercedes Mone, as she will go by over there. And a lot of people feel that they need to debate this. I think, me personally, Mercedes could fit very well in AEW. Now, other people feel differently. They feel as if her coming in will just eventually be overshadowed by somebody else. And humbly, I have to disagree. I think that right now we are on path for Tony Khan, who understands that maybe over time messed a couple things up and didn't get everything right. I feel like this may be the year where Tony actually feels like he can right those wrongs. Tony has always been known for pleasing the fans, and right now the fans just want to see things fixed. So I feel like this is a great time for Tony to fix that relationship with the fans, get things back right in AEW, make it the company that it needs to be, make it the alternative. I'm so excited for the future in AEW in 2024. But the idea that Mercedes does land over in AEW makes a lot of sense. They've had to build back their women's division, and right now it is getting stronger as we talk right here on June, I want to say today is the 5th. Yes, June 5th, January 5th, 2024. The women's division is getting stronger and it's getting healthier as time goes on. So I'm actually really, 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 really interested to see what Mercedes can do over there in the company. Right now, Toni Storm is the AEW women's champion. Julia Hart is the women's TBS champion. And there's a lot of potential feuds over there. You know, one that comes to the top of my mind is Saraya, that instantly comes to mind that I would be very excited to watch. Britt Baker and Mercedes would be, take my money. You can have it. You can have my money at that point. But there's a lot of growing talent that could benefit from Mercedes being in AEW. I will say that WWE is actually fine without her. I mean, that's just the true honesty behind it, is that WWE doesn't necessarily need Mercedes the same way that a company like TNA or AEW could benefit from a Mercedes right now. So I do believe that she will eventually end up in one of these three companies, and if you were to ask me which company she's going to end up in, I do believe right now, because of rumors and what they are speculating, she will end up in AEW, and it is apparently, according to Sean Ross Sapp, it's intimate, so it's bound to happen is really what that means. Now, I want to say, this is all up for debate. You guys can let me know where you believe Mercedes or Sasha will end up. Recently, I should mention that her music has been taken off Spotify, which is a very big call to the WWE. So there's a lot of landing spots for her and a lot of potential in all three of these companies. A lot of them have all teased it. So, I mean, we're all going to find out here soon. But you guys are new here. My name's Billy. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. It is the one thing that I ask of you guys, that if you would do so, you would be beyond appreciated. You can also become a member of the channel if you would like. Join our Discord down below. Also, I have like a hoodie that I'm going to redo the store that I have going on over here. So I am going to redo the store, and we are going to make it more professional. It's going to look a little bit better. But right now, there is a hoodie that you guys can purchase. Feel free if you would like. That's all up to you. But other than that, I want to have a conversation down in the comments section below. Other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.